Good morning, guys. This is Peter from Sun Insurance. I hope you guys are doing very fine. Today, if you are new to this channel, uh, I usually bring videos on various topics from migration, from trucking, insurance, and other stuff. So this morning, I'm gonna talk about insurance, which is actually very, very important for people, especially who are new in the United States. So every year, we have people coming from foreign countries, either by winning green card or by, visiting or coming as professionals. And at the end of the day, these guys need to drive to move from point A to point B. So what I wanted to talk to you guys today is about getting coverage for your vehicle. And I want to break it down if you really need full coverage or liability. But if you are new to this channel, please consider to subscribe, share, like, comment before you close this video. And please watch to the end and get the content. So without any further ado, let's get started. So if you entered in the United States for your first time and you want to move, for sure you're going to be moving from point A to point B, and you are shopping for a vehicle, you want to buy the right vehicle. So for the starters, it depends on how your budget is. The first thing, shop for a vehicle. Once you order a vehicle, once you buy it, the next thing is to think about the insurance right away. So the insurance, we have two types of insurance. We have full coverage and we have reliability. So the full coverage, as the name sounds, it covers a lot of things. It covers full. We have liability and comprehensive and collision. There are some endorsements like roadside assistance. If you want to add, that one is optional. And we have rental. So that's what you have to consider. So when it is full coverage, it's a little bit expensive because you pay for what the insurance company are going to cover you for. So in an event of an accident, you are going to be compensated if you file a claim. So full coverage is very important. And the premiums for full coverage, there are so many factors which will determine your rate. For example, your age, where you live, the zip code. For example, if you live in New York, if you live in the suburbs of New York, if you live downtown New York, the premiums are going to be different and they're going to be determined, whereby the insurance company, from their research, they feel that it's more risky and it's more exposed to traffic, which might cause accidents. So that is the full coverage. So when we talk about liability from the term itself, it means that is a loss to others. So which means liability, you are not covered for full coverage or collision. You're only having a liability in an event of an accident if you hit somebody's car or if they hit your car and somebody is injured. They go to a hospital and they get, see the doctor or other physicians and they get treatment. So the money from the liability, when a claim is filed, that's the money which is used to pay or offset the bills for the doctors. And also liability, if you hit somebody's car or you mess up a bumper or a scratch somewhere and they file a claim. So your insurance company, the guy who hit somebody's car, the third party, So the money you file a claim from there is what is used to repair that party's car. So in other countries, for example, in Kenya, where I come from, it is called third party. But here in the United States, we call it liability, and that's the way it works. So in some other countries, they call him probably different names. But in the United States, in different states, it's known as liability. And it depends on your state. There are some states which require, it's mandatory that you need to carry at least a minimum liability insurance. If you are caught by the police, you are in trouble with the law, you may be fined, your license may be suspended, a registration might be suspended. So at least you have to have some form of coverage to stay on the roads. So if you are a new person coming to the United States and you don't know the law, this video is for you. You need to share it to so many people so that it can help people to understand the insurance law in this country, the United States. Now, what you need to understand for liability, it's not protecting your vehicle, but in somehow it helps you if you don't have a lot of money you are studying. At least you can have something, you know, as the law states, and at least it can give you some credit history, like you are paying for insurance, and you can establish like you have been covered for the last 6 months. For example, when I give my client insurance, there's a question which asks, has this client been having insurance for the last 6 months? If you say yes, your premiums would go a little bit lower. If you say no to that question, then you would pay a little bit higher. So it establishes some kind of confidence in you that you've been having insurance for the last 6 months, and you are not very risky, or you are not very new to the roads. So for the new drivers, if you can, I ask you to have a full coverage, because you never know, you are not trained well enough. And if you are new in the United States, you know, the roads are very different. And I could say start with the comprehensive and collision in case you hit somebody or somebody hits your vehicle. And since you are new, you are not familiar with the roads and other stuff. But if you can afford, you can have, there's a way you can slice the coverages. And if you have a vehicle, it's not taken off the loan, or you didn't finance it, you can have deductibles. For example, 2,000 deductibles instead of 1,000. And in that way, they can lower your premiums. You don't pay so dearly. And in case something happens, you know, your vehicle is having full coverage. So that's the way to go it. And if you don't understand very well, that's why we have insurance agents who can sit down with you and explain to you line by line. And they can tell you what you are supposed to get based on your income. But that's my recommendation. Like if you are new, ask for a full coverage for your vehicle. In that way, you know, if something happens, you are new, you can you know, be assured of getting compensated when you have an accident. And also, the full coverage is not bad if you feel confident, you know you've been driving for some time. You can downgrade your coverages. You can downgrade your coverages from full coverage to liability. And that's one thing you need to consider. Talk to your insurance agents to see is there a need to downgrade from full coverage to liability. So for example, if your budget is not, you know, meeting all your expenses, or you are straining on your budget, that's one way you need to review your coverages and help you out. You know, a lot of people, they take insurance full coverage and they forget about it until the renewal. So what you need to do is at least after every 6 months, talk to your agent, ask them, is there something is there something you need to do so that my coverage will go down? And a lot of people are doing so many things. They are paying school fees, for their kids. They are paying different bills like phone bills. They are paying rent, and you name it. So they cannot even remember so many things. And a lot of people put their payments automatic, and they don't even send it manual way through the post office. So you forget those things. But it's very important that you do a review for your insurance every 6 months, and in that way you see if there are new discounts which have come up, and you can help them out. And I'm very sure everybody has a discount, so you have to ask and review in order to get that. So if you are new to this country, find an agent who can help you, and I suggest you look for an agent from your local zip code. If you don't know any agent, go to Google. This time Google is at your fingertips. Information is right there. I type your zip code, insurance agents, my zip code, and they would have a list of insurance carriers and insurance agents. Call them or go to their office, meet with them face by face, and explain to them. Let them look at your car, evaluate your car, and see if your car is worthy full coverage or liability. If your car is an older model, then you don't have a need to have full coverage on that. You can start with a liability. But if you have a newer car, newer model, for example, 2024, 2023, for example, it is a Honda Pilot or something like that, and you would have to consider that if it's wrecked in an accident, what is going to be the cost for the parts? The parts are very expensive. So are you going to be able to afford it, or you need to have a full coverage in order to save the situation? Guys, those are the things you need to consider. With me, I'm an agent. I cover Wisconsin, Illinois, Georgia, and Delaware. If you are planning to come and live in one of those states and you're coming from out of the United States, when you get here, get in touch with me, and I can help you out with this kind of insurance. Thank you guys for taking your time, and do consider to subscribe, share, like this video. I hope I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Bye bye.